So before the weather starts to get better, and while it's still quite cool outside, let's do the last Imperial Stout I've got in, really. This is one I got from Vocation, in the case I got from them. And this is their May Contain Sixpence. It's a Christmas pudding and cherry brandy Imperial Stout. Okay, well, it's been a while since Christmas, but it's not sunny yet, it's not summer, therefore I can still drink it. It's still quite cool outside, so let's see what we think of this. Otherwise, we're going to have to leave it till next year, and that's not great, is it really? So, thick and sticky mouthfeel, like that. Dried fruit and spice aromas and all the flavours of Christmas pudding doused in flaming cherry brandy. So again, very much a Christmas beer, this one. But, as I say, you know, it's a stout. You can drink it anytime. It's great, I think. I don't know, actually. I say it's great. I've not tried it yet. It might not be. So anyway, let's have a look. Your beer, our Vocation, what did it say? Rich, dried fruit, sticky, that's the 3 words it uses. It's a rich and sticky Imperial Stout blended with brandy barrel-aged Imperial Kirsch. That sounds amazing. I cannot wait to try this. In fact, I'm going to crack it open now. Now, I've knocked this can over about 4 times. I'm just trying to get everything set up for the video. So hopefully, I think I'm slanted. I think I'm a bit slanted here. Hang on. Just readjust me. Oh, well, I'll do. I'm still slanted. Oh, well. So, let's crack it open. There we go. So, let's give it a pour, see what it looks like. So, as expected, not a big head. But I'm not expecting it to be too carbonated, this, because there's a bit of a head actually there. Because obviously with these Imperial Stouts, you want them to be almost like sort of an oily consistency rather than a fizzy consistency. Let's have a see. Right, looking at the colour, it is absolutely jet black. There's no light passing through that whatsoever. It's just not happening. Yeah, and well, that's about it really. It's got a brown head, basically. About 1 finger, and it is retaining it quite well. It's quite a creamy head, quite a fluffy head. It's clinging to the sides of the glass there when I swill it around, if you can see that, which is always nice. I can see my reflection in the glass. Maybe not so nice. Let's get a nose on it and see what it's like. Okay, here we go. Right, so straight away, hit in the face with cherry. Quite a sharp cherry, quite a sour cherry. So yeah, anything else? There's not a huge amount more in the smell there. You're definitely getting the brandy there, getting some kind of spirit in there. So we are getting the brandy smell. So getting the cherry, getting the brandy. I'm not really getting much of Imperial Stout. I'm not getting much like coffee, chocolate, that kind of thing you usually get with Imperial Stouts. And the moment it is smelling like a fruit beer, really, like a fruit beer or a really strong kind of sour, almost like a goza, which is what I'm getting just from the smell. Obviously, you look at the beer and it's clearly a stout, and obviously with the flavour, we'll see what the flavour's like in a minute, but certainly on the smell there, I'd say it's very, very cherry dominated. It's a bit of vanilla, a little bit of Bakewell tart. I'm getting a little bit of bitter dark chocolate in there. Now it's opening up a bit, giving the nostrils a time. What's the word? I don't know what the word is I'm trying to say, to be honest. Giving the nostrils a turn. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, but yeah, getting a lot of cherry there, and some bitter dark chocolate, some vanilla, a little bit of nuttiness. Right, I'm going to go in for the old taste now. Let's have a see what it tastes like. Cheers. Right, I'm going to go in again in a minute, but the first thing I want to say is that's the mouthfeel you want from an Imperial Stout. It's got a little bit of carbonation just to keep it interesting, but at the end of the day, it's really smooth, it's really thick, it's quite oily. It's just coating my mouth now, it's coating the roof and the sides of my tongue. And sometimes they're a little bit over fizzy, these things, they come across as a little bit thin. This one is not. I mean, it's 12.5% anyway, so if you can do a beer that's 12.5% and thin, then I don't know how you do that, but I'm feeling the alcohol going down my throat now, going down my, like this bit. my throat and my chest. So, on the flavour, we're getting much more of the coffee and the chocolate and the bitterness you get from a really good Imperial Stout. We're still getting the cherry. It's not as, it doesn't overwhelm the flavour like it did the smell. So that's really good. That's exactly what I was hoping for. A little bit of toffee and syrup, but you're definitely getting that spirit. You're definitely getting the spirit there. I'm not a big brandy drinker. I do like my whiskies, and it is a bit whiskey-ish, but I remember brandy being a little bit similar, and this does remind me of the last time I did have brandy. And I think it is incredibly well balanced. I love my beers to be well balanced. You are getting all the flavours there, and as I say, the mouthfeel is lovely. It's not too still, because like some of them can be really still. It's a little bit bubbly, a little bit vibrant. It's not overly fizzy. It's certainly not that kind of, when you get the ones that are really quite carbonated, and it kind of ruins it a little bit. But that is incredibly rich. It's a bit creamy. It's got a nice long aftertaste, which of course you would expect it to have for 12.5%. It just is lovely. It's really nice. I can't remember how much this was. It was about £6 or £7, I think, which, you know, for a really fine Imperial Stout, that's a steal, as far as I'm concerned. I think it might have been £6 something. But it's 12.5%. This is not the kind of beer that you're going to be drinking loads of. It's not the kind of beer that you're going to be drinking in like half an hour. It's the kind of beer that you're going to be savouring by a roaring fire over the course of an evening, really. Or maybe to finish the evening after you've had a really nice day and a really nice meal. Maybe a coffee. But yeah, there's no harsh or off flavours there. There's nothing that's unpleasant about it. All I'm getting is bitter dark chocolate, nicely roasted coffee, a little bit of cherry, a little bit of brandy. And you are getting those dark fruit flavours that you do get with the Christmas pudding. So some of those, when I keep saying about the Christmas cake flavours I'm getting from a lot of the dark ales and stuff like that, that's in there as well. You're getting those kind of spices that you get, and the dark fruits. It's a really quite a complex beer actually, because it's an Imperial Stout which has got all the flavours of a great Imperial Stout, and it's also got some of these dark fruit characters. It's also got the brandy taste to it. It's certainly got a spirit taste to it. As I say, somebody more well versed in brandy would be able to tell better whether it does taste of brandy, but to me it tastes of a spirit, which is whiskey-like but not whiskey. I remember brandy being kind of whiskey-like but doesn't taste like whiskey. I'll tell you something, it does taste very Christmassy. I think it'd be a perfect beer for Christmas. This would be a really good, I mean, I really enjoyed that Brewdog Dog Eye that I had for Christmas Day, but this one would have gone down just as well. Absolutely great. May contain sixpence. I don't think mine does, but that's really all there is to say about it. It's a really nice Imperial Stout. It was well worth the money I paid for it. It's even got a recipe for a Christmas pudding on the front there, so I might hold on. I'm definitely going to hold on to this label actually. I'm going to add it to my thing. I might replace one of these stickers, or just keep going back. You don't see the back bit of this table really, but I might add it to the back bit. I ain't throwing that label away anyway. I might want to make the Christmas pudding. Who knows? From the recipe, although half the recipe's covered up with the picture of the Christmas pudding, so that'd be fun if I just guess what was there. That'd be a good laugh, wouldn't it? Just guessing what's there. And if I've got 1.5 gills of milk, then I can use that as well. That's great. Anyway, I've rabbited on far too much. I just want to enjoy the rest of this. So, until next time, have a good one.